Hi, my name is Jeremy Walker. Welcome to YouTube Developers Live. Today we have Jeff Baudier.
Hi.
He's actually here from Stupeflix, and they also produced Replay, which is a mobile app, which we're going to talk a little bit about, as well as Stupeflix. So why don't you talk through where Stupeflix came from and a little bit of the history of it before we jump into any demos?
Of course. It all comes from François Lagunas, our CTO, who was the head of research at Dailymotion. I'm sure you heard of that service. He was experimenting with GPU cards, trying to process videos faster. And what he found out is that with GPUs, you can actually render videos 100 times faster than was possible at the time. So we built the first ever service to render videos in the background in real time and at scale. With a service that still exists today that developers use to create videos. And on top of that, we saw the need for people to express themselves via video. And still today, it's a pain if you want to edit your weekend photos and videos into something memorable. And so we've been passionate about resolving that through a web app at first under the Stupeflix brand that had millions of users, one of the leading websites to create videos online. And now with Replay, the iPhone app that lets you create in seconds a beautiful video montage.
Great, and he started it in Paris, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay,
we're a Seed Camp company, so Seed Camp is the equivalent of Y Combinator in Europe. We were part of the first batch back in 2008. And we're also part of the 500 startups family, so we're across both continents.
Great, and actually before we jump into demo, because we're actually going to show a demo of the mobile and the web app, but before we jump into that, I want you to tell the story about Stupeflix and how it relates to Harry Potter, because I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I often get, as the US co-founder, what did you call your company? Stupeflix. It's a recurring question. It turns out it actually comes from Harry Potter, and again, François is a fan of Harry Potter, and stupefy is a spell that stops you in awe, and that's really the effect that the technology had to the people we demoted, and so we kept that as a company name
for Stupeflix. I think that's great. Well, good. Let's jump into demos. People always love those. So first, we're going to show you guys a video of the mobile app, which will have just been released, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the web app.
Excellent. So Replay for iPhone. Let's go.
Amazing cameras, always at hand. We take so many photos and videos. By itself, each of these photos does not say very much. But together, they hold the sum of our memories. Together, these photos and videos tell the stories of our lives and our adventures. We believe video is the most profound medium for self-expression. Replay lets you make amazing videos and celebrate the beauty in your life. What's mind-blowing about Replay is how easy and instant this experience is. In a split second, dozens of photos and videos are analyzed, filtered, stabilized, cut, and perfectly synced to the music. All the editing is done for you. You just need to choose a theme that sets the right tone and tell your story. The iPhone GPU does all the heavy lifting. Replay renders videos locally in real time at 30 frames per second. We built a whole rendering engine on top of iOS using OpenGL. It's unique, and that's what it takes to produce this instant experience. Replay is exclusive to iOS and was designed for iOS 7. It espouses beautifully the design philosophy of iOS 7. while showcasing the graphic processing power of the latest iPhones. In particular, we made sure Replay fully takes advantage of the 64-bit architecture of the new A7 processors, even rewriting assembly code, with a 30% performance gain. We are very proud of Replay. Our small team of GPU programmers and motion graphic designers pushed the boundaries of video creation mobile. Replay's technology is a unique showcase of the graphic prowess of Apple new processors. Replay's experience is an invitation for anybody to feel empowered to make their own beautiful videos and become a storyteller. Replay lets you make beautiful videos you will be proud to share.
That's it. Replay.
Great. That's a pretty cool little app. I liked all the stuff you could do. So hopefully that gave you a good idea of Replay, and you'll go download it now and try it out. Now let's jump into Stupeflix and see the web app, and then we'll kind of lead into the last part of the conversation around the APIs. So if you want to demo that for us.
Of course.
And by the way, both of these allow you to they use the YouTube APIs to allow you to upload to YouTube.
Absolutely. Yeah, all of our applications use YouTube as a natural destination for the content that is being created by users and developers.
Right.
And the specific thing about Replay is that the rendering happens on the phone, and that's really what's unique and doesn't exist anymore. And it took us 2 years to take the technology from Stupeflix and port it into this app. But the video creation experience starts with Stupeflix. And Stupeflix is a web application that was one of the launch partners of YouTube Create. It was a few years ago a platform, third-party apps. So what it allows you to do is to take photos and videos from wherever they are. It can be Facebook, Instagram, Flickr, etc., or from your computer or webcam, and add them together very simply to tell your story. You can add text, caption, text slides, everything. But the main thing is that it's super easy to use, and you never have to think about video editing. All you have to worry about is the story you want to tell, and then you click preview to see what it's going to look like. And when you do, we render videos in the background. It takes 10 seconds, which is very unique about this application. When you're here, it comes.
And you guys sync with music and stuff here as well, right?
Yes. So yeah, all the editing, the transitions, the music matching, syncing happens automatically. You can select a bunch of different themes that will give a different look and feel. But basically, you have your video, and you're done. And then it looks like this, and you can upload to YouTube. One click.
Great. So yeah, if you're using mobile, check out the mobile app, and definitely check out the web app. So you guys, you talked a little bit about your CTO figuring out how to really take advantage of GPUs to really help the process of transcoding and all that great stuff. So my understanding is not only do you guys have apps, you also, for people who are more just interested in giving the videos to you to handle and then just getting them back, you guys offer an API.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you have one video to make, you have the stupeflix.com website. But then if you have 10,000 or a million videos to make, then there's our API. And that's really the first product that we launched back in 2009. And it's been used. It created 20 million videos for small developers and big brands like Red Bull, for instance, right now has an amazing experience I can show you. Where you connect your Instagram account and we'll pull some photos and features them as if you had a whole gallery opening around your Instagram photos.
Oh,
it's pretty cool.
Do a lot of the stuff that we see in the apps, is that available through the APIs, like the music sync, the images and the videos, and like adding all the text and all that good stuff? That's all available?
Absolutely. And that's the exciting thing about the API is it's the first and still the only service that lets you actually code videos. You can write using our XML video description language how a video is going to be edited, and you can do simple things like trimming a video, adding a bumper, intro, overlay, things like this, adding text, But you can do pretty advanced stuff, like the Red Bull example I mentioned. I have a couple clients here that I can show you. This is a real estate property video service that makes videos automatically.
Buying a home is always easier with the help
Great.
of a local professional.
So for professionals, this isn't their focus. You just give them a bunch of stuff, and then they use your APIs once they kind of order it, and then you take care of all the rest and give them back a nice video that they can then play.
Right, and you have the same level of granularity in the design that you would if you were actually designing your video with Adobe After Effects, except that it's all programmatic, and the rendering happens super fast, and you can make millions of videos, and so we handle scale. So yeah, this is quite amazing technology, and what people have made with it is really, really cool.
Great. So, well, why don't we switch gears and talk a little bit about the developer side of this, since we're talking about APIs. So I know for the mobile app, you guys used Objective-C. What was your main language for all the server-side stuff?
Well, Python guys.
Okay.
So yeah, JS, HTML5, Python in the back end.
And one thing that I think is interesting for you guys is you actually started on the YouTube APIs very early.
Yes.
So you guys have transitioned from V1 to V2 to V3.
Correct. Yeah, we've seen it all, and yeah, it's been an amazing ride. We've probably uploaded about 1 million videos from users on their YouTube channels, and so we've had volume, and we've had the history of building on top of those.
So from that experience, I guess, do you guys have any, for people that are new and starting on our new API, which is V3 version 3, do you have any things you like to point out for them to get started, maybe lessons you've learned along the way?
Sure. Yeah, going from V2 to V3 isn't a big deal. It's much easier than the transition from V1 to V2. Expectations, there is a better means smaller error rate, which is important for us because we do a lot of those. And so when there is an upload failure, then that looks bad from the user's perspective. And one of the cool things that we can do now is resumable uploads. So if there is a network failure sometime during the uploading of a video, then we can resume that video and have a successful experience for the user. So that's really cool. Another cool thing that's maybe not specific to V3 or obvious, but that is actually very exciting for developers, is the attribution. A year ago, if as a developer you would have videos uploaded to a channel, user channel, then the attribution would not be clickable, and today there is actually a flow from YouTube back to your application, which is very exciting. It's still a small link down there in the description, but it's really cool.
Yeah, and it's for developers out there that are making apps that are allowing you to upload to YouTube. A lot of partners like you guys will take advantage of the description area to say, hey, produced by, and then a link back to your app, so then they can take advantage of that. Great. I was going to ask you some features you like, but you kind of named off some, so that's great. Is there any missing things that you'd like to see in the API that aren't there today?
Yes, and that's really my observation of what our users want. And on the web app, we see that maybe half to 2/3 of the videos that are uploaded to YouTube are for professional purposes. Much more than personal videos. And so these guys are very specific needs, and they want to be able to market themselves as much as possible through their videos. And so anything that could allow us to build into the upload functionalities some of these branding needs from our customers would be great. So I know there is a watermark feature, but we're not able to build too much on that specifically on behalf of a user. Annotations, all these things that that you see professionals using on YouTube.com, we'd love to be able to give them access to via our applications.
Right. So for those out there, we do have a Watermark API that allows you to put a little watermark in the video, but it's across the whole channel, which you guys are looking for video-specific watermarks, which that's definitely an interesting feature request we could take back to the team. The other one is we do have for annotations, we do have standard annotations for the in-video programming API, but those are only featuring videos right now on your channel or the channel itself. So we are going to expand that out, hopefully, so that we will, but hopefully that'll help you with your customers as well.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing for sure. Yeah.
Great. Well, thanks again for coming today.
Thanks
for joining us. And again, the developer team at YouTube here is always hiring. So if you guys are interested in joining the developer relations team, check out developer.google.com/jobs and apply there. Thanks again. Take care.